What's up, guys? Welcome back to Lion Mark TV. Mark here with another exciting, delighting, and much interesting video here on the channel. Now, Peter Obi, the presidential aspirant of the People Democratic Party, did something very fascinating today at the international airport, Abuja. Stranded passengers who there were no flights for them to move. They were already stranded at the airport. Now he has to rescue the situation before leaving. Like, it shows that sense of leadership, not just coming around and moving to where you're going. Actually, he was on his way to Jos and Makurdi for his nationwide consultation on his aspiration to become the next president of Nigeria, which everybody, most of us, really think, yes, a president like Peter Obi will really be the hope and the restoration for this great country called Nigeria. Anyway, drop a comment in the comment section if you think otherwise. Share your thoughts there.
There's something that we need to do. No, I don't need to say anything. No. Please, we will. I would like to know what role I am. What are all of us that break it? Yes, we can't allow the country to go this way. We cannot. Where people suffer every morning, every day for not just for being Nigeria. Thank you. Just for being a citizen of Nigeria. It cannot be allowed. And imagine if all of us who are leaders pass through it. But because we don't pass through it, you know, if I listen to them, we have gone through the other side. Exactly. That was what I mentioned. And I said to them, well, listen, what is actually the problem? And the problem is that you let people sit here and you want to, you know, so we need to, one way or the other. And they're not telling you the truth. Nobody tells anybody the truth. You know,
since 1999.
His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State. A very highly educated gentleman, a man that season and providence has put together for this particular season. He is a graduate of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. He is an alumni of Lagos Business School. After that, he's been an alumni of most of the most distinguished and celebrated postgraduate schools in the world. He is an alumni of Harvard University, a scholar of Kelops. He is also an alumni of some of the best universities in Sweden and in France. He is an alumni of two of the greatest universities in the world, Oxford and Cambridge. He is the chairman of our SEC, Nigerian National Security Exchange Commission. He is also been the chairman, chief executive or director of 11 publicly quoted companies in Nigeria. All of which, including 2 banks, all of which he ran very well. As governor of Anambra State, you all know who this man was. This is the man that put a record that is yet to be met in the country till today. There's no living or dead former governor that has ever left the amount of money that he left when he completed his term in Anambra State. This gentleman, as governor of Anambra State, left 75 billion naira in the coffers of the state. He was not owing any salary, he was not owing any pension or gratuity, no contractor, no supplier were being owed anything. In actual fact, he also left in the coffers enough money to run the new administration for 3 months. This is the man that met the Anambra State in terms of education at the lowest level. He was number 26, only 10 points from the bottom. He was number 26 in the country. He told the people of Anambra, I will take this state to number 1. By the time he was handing over, distinguished Mr. Mr. Chairman, he accomplished that. Anambra State became number 1 in the flotation. Please let me permit you to introduce His Excellency Peter Obi.
Let me, for want of time, chairman and the leaders of the party, and our leaders respectfully stand on all due and existing protocols. Chairman, let me most sincerely apologize. We were supposed to be here by 3 or 4. Due to aviation fuel and everything, that made it impossible for us to be here much earlier. So I sincerely apologize, Chairman, to you, your team, and the delegates that are here. Mine will be equally a short one because we were told that the airport closed at a particular time. We were just, it's actually supposed to be closed by now. We only gave up about 20 minutes. But I'm going to try to be able to explain to you very well. Whatever I'm going to tell you here, you already know. Because Benue is one of those states today that is going through the host of difficulties. We now live in a Nigeria or in a country where the only thing you hear every day is sad news. There's no good news from Nigeria. All you hear now is sad news. Every morning you wake up in Nigeria, it is killing, it is kidnapping, it is one form of criminality or the other. That is what we hear in Nigeria every day now. We now live in a country where every day that we wake up, yesterday was 55 days after. There was kidnapping in this area, was kidnapping. Benue, for example, I used to drive from Suka to Makodi as often as I can as a student, because then we used to come for functions at the Air Force Base. Today, it's not easy to drive it because, not just because the road is not good, there's kidnapping everywhere, including villages I got to go. There's no kidnapping. I have a lot of friends around me. My dear people, it is a crisis. Our farmers today can't go to farm. People can't go back to their villages. You can't drive around Nigeria again. From Abuja, you can't come to Benue by road. People will be telling you, be careful. From Abuja, you can't go to Kaduna by road. You can't use train. You can't go by air. You can't go from Abuja to Mina by road. Everywhere you want to go, people say to you, don't go. You must fly. It is a crisis situation. And everybody is asking the question, how did we get here? All of us are worried. Is this how our children are going to live? How did we get here? We got here by cumulative effect of leadership failure over the years. It is those people who refuse to invest in education, those people who refuse to care for, have suddenly become our problem. We're here because of thousands of our young people doing nothing. Nigeria today has 100 million people living in poverty. 100 million. You are saying so. Nigeria has more people living in poverty today than the two most populous nations in the world, China and India put together. We have more people living in poverty. Today in Nigeria, we have one of the highest unemployment rates in the world. 35%, when you put it with unemployment, you have a total of 55%, out of which 70% of them are young ones in their productive age doing nothing. Parents now pay their children's school fees, try to train their children, only for them to grow up and be at home. There's no means of livelihood. There are several young people out of school and everything. And we think it's normal. It is not normal. Our infrastructures are failing. Our states are collapsing. People can no longer buy food in Nigeria. It's now becoming impossible for families to eat because their income can no longer feed them. And that is the crisis families and everybody are facing today. And we're keeping quiet. What still our governments are owing? Every local government, state, federal government is now owing a lot of money. And when you ask what they use the money for, everybody says it's for capital project. Where is the capital project in the federal? You don't see any. At least if there's the capital project, there would have been a road from Enugu to Makodi. That road is just barely about 230 kilometers of road, which would have cost federal government of Nigeria more than 100 billion. And if you check the amount that is being owed today, you can find out that Benue and Enugu could have benefited from that. At least, what about Los Angeles government? The total debt owed by Nigeria is 3 trillion. Today we are owing 58 trillion. So they've added 55 trillion to that without anything to show for it. Without anything to show for it. That is where we are. 1% of 55 trillion is 550 billion. 0.01% of that is 55 billion. 55 billion would have done a lot to construct Enugu to Makodi. Are you saying that if from the 55 trillion you're owing, these two states are entitled to 55 to 63? That means that money was thrown away. The consequence that today we're going to be faced by paying that money. Our children are going to pay it without anything to. There's nothing wrong with borrowing. Every nation in the world borrows. Every nation, not without exception of one. Not Norway, with the highest amount of sovereign wealth fund, they still owe 50% of their GDP. Not America, nearly 100% of their GDP. Not Britain, 70% of their GDP. Every nation in the world owes. But first, what did you use the money you borrowed to do? I was in Bauchi yesterday, and I went to the tomb of Tafa Balewa, and people said to me, why did you go there? I said, because the sacrifice he did as Prime Minister, under him Nigeria borrowed the first money they borrowed, $82 million in 1964. In the letter he wrote to the World Bank, he said he's borrowing to build Kainji Dam, 760 megawatts of electricity to spur economic development in his country. Kainji Dam is still standing 58 years after. Where is one we borrow? Where is the Kainji Dam? What we used to do? The elements, we celebrated it. And none of us are part of it. Because we're choosing to celebrate criminality. And it becomes important. 2023 is made or marked for this nation. If we get it wrong, we'll also be refugees. And none of you can afford to be refugees. You're already on the verge of it. It's a critical election. We can no longer, nobody sleeps with two eyes closed today in Nigeria. Nobody walks around. None of you is happy. Anybody who says that is happy in this country today, there's something wrong with him. No matter how comfortable you are, no matter how rich you are, and this goes on and on. Other countries of the world have borrowed money, but what they use the money to do is what is different from Nigeria. I go around every day and I give huge countries upon countries, but because of large population, I always tell people about Bangladesh. What they used to know to do in 2010, I was in Bangladesh. That year, their GDP is $115 billion. Nigerian GDP was $375 billion. Per capita, which is the real measure of wealth, they were $747, we were $2,250. So we were 3 times Bangladesh. And their debt was $45 billion, about 6% of their GDP. Ours was 10,000, less than 10% of our GDP. Today, Bangladesh, if you go there, their GDP is 340. per capita 2015. So they tripled their GDP. And that has also increased. But when compared with their GDP, it's less than 20%. If you take that 30%, in our own case, our debt has increased from 30 to 120. Our GDP is now 400 and per capita is 2,000. So we've lost 11% of our value. 11% of our value. That's what we lost as a nation. I can go on and on. What do we do? Farmers in Benue can no longer go to their farm. So they can no longer provide food for themselves and be able to sell anything. Nigeria cannot feed itself. That's why the first land and the farmers that we have everywhere there. I was in Niger the other day. You can't see the country. Niger is 776.3 square kilometers of land. Yet they cannot feed themselves. When Netherlands, with a 3,000 square kilometers of land, is expecting 120 billion worth of export agricultural goods. But Niger State, with 76.3 square kilometers, cannot feed itself. It's a similar situation in here in Benue. Where is the corn milling? Where all those facilities all come? So my young people, my appeal to you today as delegates is to know you are going to face a very difficult situation. All of us will come here as governors. All of us will come as aspirants, will come as anything to ask for you delegates to support us. Please, I'm begging you, let us introduce ourselves and go. Take your time, even in 1 day, 2 days, to verify what you're going to use your vote. You will not be delegate forever. I used to tell people when I was governor, this job is not going to be forever. I'm going to do it in such a way that I can still live. I live in Onitsha today. I don't live outside the state and government. I said it. I will never own a house outside Abuja State. I was governor of that state. I want to live with ordinary people. I go for now that I don't have security and everything, so they can look at me and I can look at them. When they will no longer anybody going to push them away from me, and I live with them. I live in Orange. It's not about the education, it's not about my background, it's not what I did in the States. Go and verify what happened in that state when I was governor. Go and verify how we were able to cut down the cost to have that excess money. All we do in this country is sharing. Nothing else. All I want to do is to move this country from sharing consumption to production. No country provides. We want to take away sharing formula and bring production formulas. I have done it as a private sector person. I'm a trader. I've done it as a public sector person. I started a small business, which is one a very successful business, both here and the United Kingdom. I went into public life and shared corporations, including, if you go to history today, nobody has attempted being a chairman of the bank at my age. When I was chairman of the bank, I was 39. And I've chaired the Security and Exchange Commission, which is the body monitoring everything. And I went into politics. And I've been in politics. I was governor of Anambra State for 8 years. You can go and check the record of that state. If people say there's corruption, let them go and ask whether there's any place Anambra State money was missing while I was there for 8 years. Besides, which is just mentioned to you, notice is what they can say and leave it. Everybody knows. I left in 3 banks, and the banks are still standing. Some of them are not going. If you go to Access Bank, you tell them, that Peter said the day he left office, I had for Anambra State 12 billion naira, $50 million in Access Bank. I had the Fidelity Bank, $56 million or $7 million naira, $56 million, $12 billion naira. And I had in Diamond Bank 12 billion naira, $50 million. In these three banks, they're there. I left 75 billion. And nobody, I did not owe one graduate or pension. I said it is criminal. It is criminal. I said it is criminal to owe pension or gratuity. You can't owe people in their old age when their life is difficult and they have less opportunity. The whole thing that to know that everything, I wasn't owing any pension, no salary and everything. So my young people, I know we're worried, but let me tell you, when they give you this vote, people will come and give you money. They will do everything. If they give you money, take it. After all, it's not their money. So don't bother, take it. But please, when you want to vote, do not look at me. Do not look at anybody. After you make the inquiry, take picture of your children and put it in front of you. Ask yourself, these children, this child I have, which society do I want them to live in? To continue to live in a society where there's banditry, where there's fear, where there's hatred, where there's everything, in a where they cannot go to farm, where they cannot find job, where every day there's a sense of hopelessness. Or do I want them to live in a better society? That is what I want you to look at. That society you are abusing today, or helping to abuse today, will take its revenge on your children and grandchildren. God bless you.
Please, standing ovation to His Excellency, Peter Obi. Excellency, thank you. Thank you. Please, let's be seated. Excellency, permit me to introduce the man who will respond to your address now, the state chairman of our great party.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, our incoming President, and let me respect the protocols already assigned. Your Excellency, we are listening to you. There is no time. One thing that attracts you to the people of Benue is your knowledge of security. What we need most is security, so that our people can go to the farms. This you have at the tip of your hand. And we know your capacity and your sagacity to lead this country. But one other thing that will attract you to us is your simplicity. You are a very simple man. There was a time I was traveling to London, and I met you at the train. And I was expecting that you would go and sit at first class. But you sat with us at business class. You may not recall, but I recall. And for a governor to have given his phone number to all secondary school class prefects shows how simple you are. I listened to your program on radio, and you don't need to say much here. We wish you well. God bless you.